Yo, 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 what up? Hi, it's me. Yo, boy, I'm doing a stream later on in the day today because I just didn't, wasn't feeling it. So I was like, I'll just do it later. I'll just be later on in the day because it's fine. It's fine. We're spilled water on myself. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. I didn't really make sure that was visible very well, did I? Oh well, hi, welcome. We're gonna watch Mark Carney at the White House again. Hello, welcome. So we watched last time a few months ago. Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, was at the White House. And so we are now watching him back at the White House a little while later. You can tell, so the people on the right are like Trump's people, and the people on the left are the Canadian peoples. So we got Carney right there, we got Trump right there in this ridiculously gaudy, ugly as fuck White House room. This is Dominic LeBlanc. This is Jolie. And I know this lady, but I forget her name. Anzi, I think her name is. Shit. Then you got JD Vance, Marco Rubio, and Howard Lutnick. I believe. 1, 2, 3, right? I think that's everybody in the room, but that's okay. So last time we watched one of these, Mark Carney was making a lot of great faces. And a lot of underhanded statements and compliments. JD Vance looks better with most of his face blocked, yeah. So we're gonna, last time also, it was about the same length of time, and Mark Carney talked for about 10 minutes, and Donald Trump talked for about 20. So I guess we'll get a gauge on how much. I'm betting Trump does more talking than Mark Carney does again. It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. But hey, let's just get started. I'm not expecting much. Like, I'm really not expecting it to be.
The Oval Office where.
Sorry, there we go. I have to fix something. There we go. I'm just not expecting this to go very well. Oh, the volume was all down. Hold on, there we go. All right, hold on. I'm fixing it. We're almost there. Production. Yahoo! I'm a professional. All right.
Brief listen into this conversation as these two might take some questions ahead of their formal meeting.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's an honor to have the Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, who I have made very popular. He's an extremely popular Prime Minister, and I'm very honored to do it because I liked him. Right from the beginning, I've liked him, and we've had...
Classic Trump. He's been trying to worm that around since Carney got elected. Since before Carney got elected, because Trump is so deeply unpopular in Canada that he was trying to help the conservative guy who is like the more Trump, like you guys have seen me go over the conservative Canadian version of Project 2025, right? Like, so it's like everything has to be about him, right?
Had a good relationship. We have some natural conflict, but we will probably work that out. But we've had a very strong relationship, and your hosting of the various countries that showed up, that was a beautiful job you did, and I appreciate it.
The hosting of the various countries that showed up? You mean the G7? You just in Calgary? The G7 meeting? Is that what he's talking about? The one where Donald Trump blamed Justin Trudeau for Russia invading Ukraine that got Russia kicked out of the G7 or the G8. To be fair, Donald Trump probably did help tank the Conservatives in Canada. He definitely did. Yeah, no, absolutely. He could take credit for that. I don't think he can take credit for Mark Carney's popularity, but he can probably take some credit for the lack of popularity that Poilievre has. I think that would be reasonable because there's a couple reasons around that have to do with like a lot of the slander campaigns against Trudeau, but that's okay.
Thank you very much. We're going to be talking about trade. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things. We'll certainly be talking about Gaza. We're in very serious negotiations to, I guess you could say, depending on the way you count, 3,000 years. You could say 500 years. You could say, but that it's been raging for a long time. And
3,000 years. It's been eons. It's been 84 years. This man is so embarrassing. What are you talking about? Shut up anyway, go on. Yeah, no, Smitty's right. That is right where my brain is at right now. Shut up anyway, keep talking.
And I think there's a possibility that we could have peace in the Middle East. It's something even beyond the Gaza situation. We want a release of the hostages immediately, etc. And so our team is over there now. Another team just left, and other countries, literally every country in the world has supported the plan.
Yep.
I don't think there's anybody that has.
That is definitively not true. Every country in the world. Name them, Donald. Name every country in the world. Etc., etc., etc. He's only been talking for a minute. It's been a little while since I listened to Donald, if you can't tell. I mean, like, you get used to it, right? And then, like, but I haven't listened to him in a while, and this is the sad truth about Donald Trump. He is the funniest man in the world. Everything he says and does is absolutely fucking hilarious. And it's just a shame that he is, like, so powerful and so dangerous. Good God, this man is so fucking funny, dude. China. He's so funny. He's a cartoon character. Oh, you can't get used to this kind of stupid. I think I think what I mean is, like, it starts washing over you, that you're just like, wow, that's really dumb. And you take a break from it, and then it's just like,
actually, not that I've seen, but there's a real chance that we could do something, so you may have some questions on that later. But in the meantime, we'll spend some time, and we'll make some deals, and we'll do some things that are good for both of our countries.
I would like to point out that Donald, Mr. 100-day deal, is still at 0 deals. None. You notice they stopped talking about that 100 deals in 100 days? Yeah, it's because we're past the 100 days and no actual properly completed deal has occurred. Oh, actually, hold on, I'm gonna put a goal. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's 2 hours is fine. Spice! We haven't done the spice in a long time, so let's do a spice goal. Let's make it spicy. I deserve it. All right, let's go.
Countries and Mark, it's an honor to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. If I may, you kindly hosted me and some of my colleagues a few months ago, and I said at the time, you are a transformative president. And since then...
That is, in fact, what Mark Carney said. It was, in fact, an underhanded compliment.
The transformation in the economy, unprecedented commitments of NATO partners to defense spending, peace from India, Pakistan through to Azerbaijan, Armenia, disabling Iran as a force of terror, and now, and I'm running out of time, but this is many respects the most important.
The merger of Canada and the United States.
Oh! Oh! Bottoms up from Rez. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And we're back, and we're right back. It took less than 2 minutes, and we're right back to let's annex Canada. He can't not. That should have been, that's on the bingo card. That should have been, god damn it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That wasn't where I was going. On this solemn day of commemoration of the October horrific attacks of October 7th.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I have a thing for that. I have a thing for that. Where is it? Wait, is it not here? Oh no, I don't have a thing for that. Hold on, let me go get my thing for that. This is for the 51st state rhetoric. Hold up. Is it this one? Hold on, give me a second. One is... No, not that one. Where are you? Ah, here it is. Why don't you go eat a dick?
For the first time in decades, hundreds of years, thousands of years, this prospect of peace that you've made possible, Canada stands foursquare behind those efforts, and we'll do whatever we can to support them.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is the classic anti-terrorism, anti-Hamas statement, which is to be expected. Chesh, can you please talk Canada into adopting California? That would be a really big population and economic change to Canada, and probably like a considerable political shift. It's not impossible. It's not impossible, but I think it would be more likely to see California become its own country first, and then deciding to make some interesting deals with Canada.
Very much. Any questions?
Rabble.
What would it take for you to drop or lower your tariffs on Canadian sectors, including aluminum and steel?
Well, we're going to be talking about that with the Prime Minister. We'll be talking about tariffs. We'll be talking about a lot of that, but that's for a little bit later on.
So he's not going to answer because last time his answer was friendship.
I want to just acknowledge our great ambassador. Is he doing a good job?
He's doing a good job.
Otherwise, I'll get him out of there so fast. No, you have a good
Is it the White House's position that furloughed workers should be paid for their back pay?
I would say it depends on who we're talking about. I can tell you this, the Democrats have put a lot of people in great risk and jeopardy, but it really depends on who you're talking about. But for the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way. Okay? Thank you.
Mr. President, in your opinion, why has Canada and the United States failed to reach an agreement up until now?
Well,
That's a good question. Like, even Carney thinks that. Look at his face. That's a good question.
Complicated agreement, more complicated maybe than any other agreement we have on trade, because, you know, we have natural conflict. We also have mutual love. You know, we have great love for each other. I love this. I love Canada. The people.
I'm sorry, I have a thing for that. Why don't you go eat a dick? Unbelievable.
People of Canada, and Mark feels the same way about here. The problem we have is that they want a car company and I want a car company, meaning the U.S. wants a car company, and they want steel.
There are many in U.S. car companies. In fact, there are 0 Canadian car companies. Marriage is what brings us together. There isn't a Canadian car company. The fuck is he? This is such a bad analogy.
And we want steel, and, you know, so in other countries they're very far away, and there's no problem. You can compete and you can do. We don't like to compete because we sort of hurt each other when we compete, and so we have a natural conflict. It's a natural business conflict. Nothing wrong with it. And I think we've come a long way over the last few months, actually, in terms of that
The question was, why haven't you come to an agreement?
relationship. So when it comes to trade, the United States was always giving everything. They gave everything to Canada. They would let car companies leave here and go to Canada. But that hurts the United States.
They would let car companies leave? Or are you gonna hold them hostage? I thought capitalism was based off of competition. Now competition is bad? What? What the actual fuck? It's just rambling in circles.
Other presidents didn't see that. They weren't business oriented. They might have been good politicians in some cases, not in all cases. They were bad at both. But it's a very...
I would like to remind everybody, running a country is not the same as running a business. That's not what countries are there for.
Natural conflict, and it's something that we're working on.
I like that he says it's a natural conflict and then just brings up something that is clearly not a naturally occurring thing, like cars. he could make it about something like that is naturally occurring, like, oh, it's a resource issue. But like all that tells me, like, especially if like that was the direction he was going in, it's like, yeah, you want to annex Canada because you want our resources. Yeah, he just said that in a really long-winded, roundabout way without trying to actually say that.
This summer, are you willing today to offer some compromise to Canada, maybe on steel, on aluminum?
Well, we've made compromise, and we've made some compromise even on steel. But we have the same basic authority and the same basic. This could be also a little bit of.
I like that Carney's not even answering anything. He's just letting Trump just say nonsense.
Conflict with other countries all over the world on steel, because we want to make our own steel. We don't want to bring steel in for the most part, but we will bring it in, and we do bring it in. We continue to bring it in from Canada, but there is a tariff to pay, and I think that would be a normal thing to say, but. We've come a long way. I think, Howard, we can truly say, do you want to make a comment on that?
Well, I think the opportunity to work together, but as you said, there's conflict. Why do we make cars in Canada? You've called that out, and you've addressed that. So there are places we should work together, and there are places that we have natural conflict.
It's a tough situation because we want to make our cars here.
It's been fine for like 100 years, but now there's a conflict. That's what the deals are for. Like the prior agreement that fucking Donald signed into place was to update the like Kuzma or whatever the fuck we're calling it now. Go back to being a pro wrestling character. Yeah, I agree.
At the same time, we want Canada to do well making cars. So we're working on formulas, and I think we'll get there.
Canadians are refusing to go to the U.S. The numbers are down like 23% in the first 7 months of the year. What do you say?
23% is generous. The number is actually, I believe, closer to 70, but it depends on which thing you're measuring. So, like, Canadian travel to the United States. So besides the fact that there's actually a travel advisory right now, so I'm just gonna show you guys. So the Canadian government has put up a travel advisory against going to the United States, right? There's risk level, safety and security, entry and exit requirements, health, law and culture, and natural disasters and climates. So bordering with Mexico, crossing by car, crime, violent crime, yada, 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 home breakups. So like, look out for that. Right? So, excuse me. This is as of October 1st. But if you want the statistics, Air Canada has also put out that starting restricted entry for foreign nationals to the United States, starting June 9th, 2025, U.S. government is restricting entry for certain foreign nationals. And then there's like a list of Venezuela is one of them. We were talking about Venezuela yesterday on Dapper's channel. Let me see if I can find the. Here we go. Here's a CBC article. Canadian travel to the U.S. plummets. Statistics Canada showing a 10.4% decline. There's a drop off. That was by car and by plane. Let me see if I can find. There was another article. Here's one from USA Today. We can do our own thing. Why Canadians are trading the US for these destinations instead. 13.5%, 12% decline. There was one specifically that I had found a couple of months ago that we talked about where it was like the here it is. Ta-da! Flight bookings. Flight bookings between Canada and the United States plummet amidst Canada-Trump trade war. Flight bookings between Canada and the United States are plunging amid raising trade tensions between the two allied nations. Demand measured by passenger bookings on flights between Canada and the United States has collapsed, falling 70% to the same period last year. This is as of March. This is March 2028. So, there's that. So, like I said, it depends on what you're looking at. It's like a 10% drop from, I think, last month. Or, like, over the summer versus, like, a 70% fall from the same time last year, right? So, you have to be careful when somebody's going to be dropping numbers and dropping statistics. You need to know what statistics they're actually looking at. But, sorry, go on with your question. Canadians aren't going to the United States.
Canadians that don't want to go to the U.S. now because of your 51st state talk, because of the trade war, the tariffs.
Yeah.
And
well,
fear
I understand that. Look, I understand that. And Americans don't want to buy cars that are made in Canada, you know? I mean, we have the same conflict. So there isn't...
What? That is not... No, your tourism industry is collapsing, sir. Do you have a comment on this? Well, yeah, but Americans don't want to buy Canadian cars. That's not even true. Does he just really not understand?
It's something that will get worked out. There's still great love between the two countries, but...
Brother is so out of touch. I don't know if he's just out of touch or he's just lying because, like, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Canadians are petty. We are petty, petty, petty motherfuckers. So this decline is going to stay declined. Like, it's gonna stay down. Like, this travel thing is not gonna change. And it won't change for a long time. If you want another example... let me just grab it real quick. Oh yeah, we all hate Lutnick, by the way. Nobody in Canada likes fucking Howard Lutnick. Everybody thinks he's a stupid piece of shit. Probably because he's a stupid piece of shit. Oh, where is it? That's Chapman's Ice Cream. Repair rules in Quebec. Ah, here it is. Ta-da! American spirits exports in 2025 mid-year report. U.S. spirits exports declined sharply in the second quarter. This is as of October 6th, so like last week. The American Distilled Spirits Exports 2025 mid-year report showed declines were particularly steep in exports to key markets that include the European Union, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Japan. The EU accounted for half of all the U.S. spirit exports in 2024, and collectively these four markets represent 70% of the total exports by value. U.S. spirit sales in Canada declined 68% in April, whereas around from other places rose by 3.6% each. It plummeted 85%, falling below $10 million. Canada, the country, spent less than $10 million on alcohol from the United States in 2025. That's insane. That's so fucking insane, dude. Oh, but yeah, no. We still like you guys. Don't worry about it.
But, American people want product here. They want to make it here. Detroit was emptied out and moved to Canada, moved to...
Bourbon almost exclusively comes from the United States. Google tell me about how the bourbon exports are doing. It's not good.
Mexico, moved to other places, not just Canada.
He talked about travel. You can't build travel and export it. That's not, what the fuck? The question was about Canadians not traveling to the United States. You can't, what do you want to export your travel? Because that is definitively what is happening, because people aren't visiting America anymore. You can't export tourism. Yeah, wine sales are down. Yeah, you're right.
And now they're all moving back, they're moving back. We have, right now, I was just telling Mark, we have 17 trillion, but it's really much higher. That was as of a couple of months ago. Yeah. We have over $17 trillion being invested now in the United States. As an example, Biden, he was the worst president we've ever had, but they had less...
Not according to the statistics, he's not.
Less than 1 trillion in 4 years. We have more than 17 trillion in 8 months. 8 months. And I think that number is going to be 21, 22 trillion dollars. There's never been anything like that.
What is this investment that he's talking about? Where is he getting this number from? Is that the amount that he's making in tariffs, quote unquote? Because that's coming from your own people.
In the history of the world for any country, not even close. If you did 1 trillion in a year, that's pretty good. We're going to do over 20. And it's coming in with AI, it's coming in with auto plants. We're building auto plants, a lot of auto plants in the U.S. It's coming in for a lot of reasons. It's coming in because of the fact, I think the November 5th election was a big factor, and I think the tariffs are a big factor. And
yes, the wide birthing, brushing tariffs that you've just arbitrarily put on every country is in fact an economic effect. Thank you.
Again, we want Canada to do great, but, there's a point at which we also want the same business. We're competing for the same business. That's the problem. That's why I keep mentioning one way to solve that problem is a very easy way, but we're competing for the same business.
Look at Carney's face. I'm gonna play that again. Watch Carney. Watch Carney's face.
The same business. We're competing for the same business. That's the problem. That's why I keep mentioning one way to solve that problem is a very easy way, but we're competing for the same business.
He's just like rolling his eyes at his own team.
He wants to make cars, we want to make cars, and we're in competition. And the advantage we have is we have this massive market. So it's it's quite an advantage.
Maybe I'm wrong about this. I'm putting this out here as I'm not an expert. I'm kind of processing a little bit, spitballing, if you will, conversationalizing. If Canada has a large automotive industry with a lot of infrastructure, so they already have the buildings and the manufacturing plants that Trump is now saying that America is building, right? So you can't compete if you don't have the infrastructure. On the other hand, Canada has more of the raw material, the steel, the aluminum. So the steel and aluminum has a lot less travel distance. It costs less to build in Canada because everything is in-house for us. I'm not even convinced that the stuff he's saying about all of these automotive plants being built is even true. Like, I'm sure there's some truth to it, but from my understanding, Toyota, Hyundai are choosing not to invest and put their stock in the United States manufacturing industry. They're shifting it to Canada. So, like, even so. Biden was bringing them back slowly, the automotive jobs, yeah. Trump is trying to strong arm and force them all back at once, and that doesn't work. Biden actually invested in manufacturing. He didn't just throw tariffs around. He did have tariffs, but they were small and targeted tactical tariffs. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with like tariffs can exist. Like there's nothing wrong with just tariffs being a tool to be used, but like you gotta use it properly.
Mr. President, can we talk about Portland for a second? Are you planning to invoke the Insurrection Act? And that would be, a very long-standing law that's been on the books.
Yeah, well, it's been invoked before, as you know. If you look at Chicago, Chicago's a great city where there's a lot of crime. And if the governor can't do the job, we'll do the job. It's all very simple. They probably had 50 murders in Chicago over the last 5, 6, 7 months. Many people were shot. And then the governor gets up and he says, well, we can handle it. They can't handle it. They don't know what they're doing. The mayor is grossly incompetent. He's at a 4% approval rating in Chicago. He's at a 4%, lowest approval rating, lower than even de Blasio had, which is hard to believe.
I'm sorry, the mayor of Chicago? Hold on, I'm pulling up what the approval rating of the mayor of Chicago actually is. 26%. according to this one article, ABC, 26%. Trump's approval rating is negative 15%. Oh my gosh.
In New York, I thought de Blasio would always maintain that record, but the Chicago guy is even lower. So I think that we want safe cities. If you look at D.C., you would right now, Mark, you could go out, take your family out to dinner.
I will point out that ICE is definitively making Portland a less safe place.
You could walk right down the middle of the street. There is no crime in D.C. When I got here, this place was a raging hellhole where people would come from Canada, people would come from other places and end up getting shot. Nobody's being shot. The National Guard's been unbelievable.
Didn't he just say there's been 50 murders? I'm so... What? Can this man make up his mind? No, he can't. No, fake news.
I mean, they are...
Carney hasn't said a word in 10 minutes. He said hi. That's all he said. He said hi and he's like, oh yeah, I said you were a transformative president and you made some changes and statements about things. Here's some things. That's all he said so far.
Strong, tough guys. You know, we won something at the Supreme Court, which is a big deal. Merit. Everything now in this country is merit-based. I didn't think I'd ever see it again.
Everything in this country is merit-based, which is why I am the President of the United States. I did a rhyme. Deploy the troops against the inflatable frogs. Yeah. Merit-based. That's why Pete Hegseth is there, right? That's why your DOJ is... yeah, okay. That's a funny joke.
And we have our soldiers are merit-based too. And they're central casting. And they walk through that town and I'll tell you what, this place is safe. It's beautiful. Now
I'll tell you what, yeah, it's safe and beautiful having these soldiers marching through our streets with martial law. What the fuck? the rate at which Trump tries to have his cake and eat it too is fucking hilarious. If it's so safe and beautiful, why do you need the military there?
In Memphis, and the same thing's happening. You're getting the reports. The bad guys are saying, we don't want anything to do with this. And we're removing many people. In D.C., we took out 1,700 career criminals and sent them back.
I'm sorry.
To the countries from which they came, mostly led out by Biden and his people that had an open border policy. And,
Look at Carney's face. He's just like, he's trying so hard. Look at him.
Mostly led out by Biden and his people that had an open border policy. And you know, Canada, you suffered because of that too, because they'd come here and they'd go into Canada also. So we're like a buffer for them.
Wow. You mean people have been sneaking across our Canadian border from the United States to do crime? Why is the United States letting criminals into our country? We need stronger borders. Hi, Landon. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just streaming through YouTube being broken. It's fine. It's not broken. It doesn't seem like it's broken everywhere. Is it? Do we need to do this again? Let's just reschedule. Yeah, it seems like it's like in some places it's not. I mean, I said before, I said, like, how long is it gonna be before, like, Canada just ironically starts talking about the United States the way the United States talks about Mexico? Minutes and 50 seconds behind. Stream is still going. Stream is working fine for you. Need more Canadian border agents patrolling in the United States. What? Does YouTube have gremlins? It's okay, I'll wait for a minute. Ironically. Me and Smitty are on the same page today. South Park already had Canada build a wall once. That's true. That is true. That is a true fact. I need to screenshot something Manya said to me and send it to Rez. I'm gonna do that. Multi-stream to Twitch. I could do that. Should I do that? You guys want me to multi-stream? I can multi-stream to Top Hats Off. Do you think Dapper'd be mad? I guess that's still YouTube. Wouldn't fix the problem. YouTube's having a bad day. No? No? The hell with Twitch. You want me to stream to Rumble? Border crossings are at 0. They're sending criminals across the border. I don't know, a couple months ago when I used Twitch last. Why would Dapper be mad? Why would Dapper be mad that I randomly streamed politics without his permission onto his off-topic board game channel? I don't think he'd be that mad. Is Rumble the Unirock platform? Yeah, yeah, that's Rumble. Rumble is where everybody, like, where Fresh and Fit went when they got kicked off of YouTube. I haven't done Mert Mart in a while. And yeah, actually, so okay, I was gonna talk about this on another stream, but since YouTube's being weird, let's just switch to Vibe, and we can come back to Mark and Prime Minister Carney and Donald chatting. How much would I charge for a Digimon commission? It depends on how complicated it is. And actually, the way I've been charging for commissions is just tell me what you want, and then pay me whatever you think it's worth when you get it. Is Steve on Rumble? He was doing that, wasn't he? I don't know. I'd have to go look. Stream is back. Yeah, so the question about Mert Mart and art. I haven't played Mert Mart in a while, because I only ever played it on stream, but I haven't done art in a while either. I was taking a bit of a hiatus, and I was thinking about potentially getting back to that soon. And yeah, so there's that. YouTube is going up and down randomly. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe we just reschedule this and do it later. Streamed a Rumble. I don't really know if there's any real viable options, but it's been a while since I do. It's been a while since I've done some art. It's been a long time. Been a long day. Do art. Art is good. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't even, like, sketched. Like, I haven't done dick shit, man. I haven't done anything. What's even in here? Anything? Is this one got something in it? I did do this. This was a while ago, though. It's not quite centered, but that's a little bit on purpose. So this is the... I did this for my my lawful evil cleric of life cleric of Asmodeus, and so that's his holy symbol. But the outer ring is supposed to be made out of like metal from the 9 hells, and this part, this and this and this are supposed to be like red in color, like blood red in color, because it's made out of blood of the character. Don't have the drive for art. Yeah, it gets like that sometimes. This is what the character looks like, but I need to work on him a little bit more. So that's where his holy symbol is. It's like just embedded into his chest. But this is just like a rough sketch that I did. Again, I haven't, this was all from a little while ago. I haven't done, like, there's nothing on the next page. Like, I haven't done anything since. But new tattoo? I think I should get a tattoo of the symbol of Asmodeus from Dungeons and Dragons. El Diablo, no! Checked game site. It has a filter system for game engines. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, Dinovember challenge? That'd be fun. I was thinking about doing a piece of art. So you guys remember my Bulbasaur? Asterion, is that you? No, he's not like Asterion at all. You might be a little bit like Asterion, actually. Dude's chest is hairless. I mean, yeah, I didn't get into that. But yeah. I was gonna do, as you guys remember, I did the Bulbasaur, I did the different seasons, like I did a spring, summer, autumn, winter Bulbasaur. I was thinking about doing that, but do it for Oddish. Because I just like Oddish. I just think Oddish is cute. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. Alright, is stream back up for people? Are we good to go? Because I'm just gonna keep going on this. We just took a quick break. MS-13 tattoo. MS-DOS. Alright, let's keep going. I'll put it back just a little bit.
border, an open border policy. And you know, Canada, you suffered because of that too, because they'd come here and they'd go into Canada also. So we're like a buffer for that in terms of, Canada suffered greatly by Biden and the open border, the policy of open border, totally unchecked. Totally.
He's trying to have an open border with Canada now? What the fuck? Hey, April, welcome back.
Totally unvetted. And these people were, you know, if you got 5%, 2%, now you were getting a lot of bad people. And we now have a closed border. You've done well. We have a closed border, and it's a really closed border. In fact, for 4 months, I don't even know if this is possible, but this is the figures were released. 0.
Canada and America have a closed border? What? That's not even remotely close to being remotely true. We have the longest undefended border in the world. The fuck is he talking about? What the actual shit? Where are we? What world does Donald Trump live in?
I don't even know if this is possible, but this is the figures were released. 0 people were able to come into the United States from the southern border. 0. And as you know, we've taken a very hard stand on drugs. This is also benefiting you. A lot of we call them the water drugs, the drugs that come in through water. They're not coming. There are no boats anymore. Frankly, there are no fishing boats. There's no boats out there, period. If you want to know the truth, we're saying...
I would like to remind you all that there was an incident where the National Guard or the Coast Guard from the United States abducted a Canadian citizen from the Canadian side of the border in the water, brought them back to the United States, terrorized them, and then sent them back. That was a thing that happened recently.
Anybody go fishing anymore? The fact is we knocked out, probably saved at least 100,000 lives, American lives, Canadian lives, by taking out all those boats coming in. So it's... and now,
oh, you mean the war crime? The war crime of just blowing up people at random on the water? Okay, yeah, sure, all right.
They don't come in that way anymore. Now they'll come in other ways, and we're not going to allow that either. So we've done a great job on that. But on crime, Chicago's a great city, but you can't be a great city if you have murders and if you have a lot of problems, and they do. And they have an incompetent policy, just like they had open border policy. Anybody can...
It's so random and non-specific. It's just random state. Oh, they have bad policy. They have crime or problems. Like, that's so vague. And problems sometimes are a matter of perspective. Like, Trump and his cronies think gay people are a problem. So, like, if there's a gay person in your city, I guess you have a bad city by that logic.
Come in. They came in from prisons. They came in from mental institutions, drug dealers. They came in from all over the place, and we don't have that anymore. This country is becoming we're a very strong country. Look, financially speaking, I would say that because of the tariffs, because of the election, because of the policy, because of the great big beautiful deal. It's what I added the word great because it really is. It's the biggest.
It's so dumb.
It's the biggest bill ever passed in the history of our country. We don't need another bill. It's the biggest tax cuts. I mean, when you think no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime for the people. But
none of that has gone through properly as of right now, I don't think. So somebody double check that for me in the chat. I don't think that that's a thing that's actually happened yet. I'm still waiting for all the charges of supposed fraud that were going on, all of the stuff that Elon investigated, because not a single person has even been charged with fraud.
Far beyond that, what it does is incentivize
the greatest soybean harvest. Oof, dude. Oh.
This is auto plants and AI and all of the things that nobody's ever passed a bill like. We don't need another bill. We don't need any more bills. I said, let's get it all.
No, we don't need any more bills, guys. No more. We're done. Don't need any more bills. This one bill covers everything.
At once, I was greatly helped by our Speaker, Mike Johnson, and by the Senate. I'll tell you what, John Thune's been, both of those guys have been incredible. And
I guess we know who's going on the list of people that need to be Nuremberged.
Got a bill passed that I said, let's see if we can get it all done. Because these Democrats are like insurrectionists, okay?
You were the one who did the insurrection! What do you mean? Zerolon has double-checked for me. The no tax on Social Security, overtime, and tips doesn't exist. It is a limited tax deduction. Thank you very much.
They're so bad for our country. Their policy is so bad for our country. I said, let's see if we can get it.
That is literally not what an insurrection is, you fucking insane person.
All done, and everybody said it's not doable. Because it's the biggest bill ever passed in the history of our country. And we got it all done. We don't need anything else. We got everything we want. And now, because of that, that's a big...
Are we great again yet?
reason why the companies are coming in. 1 year depreciation, 1 year write-off, 1 year expensing. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. So they're coming.
I mean, I guess we can give them that. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Give them that much.
In from all over the world, but to have a great country, you can't have crime, and we don't have crime.
What? To have a great country, you can't have crime. We don't have crime. That's why my military is out dealing with all the crime. And all the illegals. Why? What is this person? I don't understand. What is he saying? This is insane. He's been going for 15 minutes.
So they're coming in from all over the world, but to have a great country, you can't have crime, and we don't have crime, but we have cities where there's tremendous crime.
We don't have crime, but we have cities where there's crime. The President of the United States, everybody. I'm so sad I can't see Mark Carney's face at that one. Oh, yeah. Oh, now YouTube's broken for me. That's sad. No, can't play the clip. Oh, no, it just stuck. That's so funny. All right.
And Chicago's one of them. And if the governor can't straighten it out, we'll straighten it out. Thank you. A question.
Oh my god, the Oval Office is such a, for like the press, is such a fucking mess. It's so disorganized and just everybody's yelling all the time. Look at Carney's face. Side-eye, bombastic side-eye.
Question for the President.
Do you remain committed to,
Mr. Prime Minister, I'd like to know how come the UK and the European Union have succeeded to sign deals and bring the tariffs down, and Canada still hasn't been able to do the same?
Yeah, because they're not located...
Because there isn't a deal with the UK or the EU. Not really.
...right next to each other. It makes it... in many cases, it's much better and easier, but
yeah, if I may, let's...
Oh my god, 15 minutes and Carney's gonna say something. Holy shit. Should I just pause this? Should we just do this again later? Should I reschedule and give up? Do we give up for now? Because YouTube's being wacky? Oh, I didn't actually mean to do that. Alright. Well, we'll hold on to this. We'll hold off on this, and we'll come back to it another day since YouTube's decided to be broken. Is it just me, or does all that gold look kinda ugly and tasteless? Yeah, it's ugly as shit. It's super fugly, man. It's super fugly. It's like I have never seen the White House look so fucking gross. Try the clip again. Okay. No, I think it's busted. I think everything's busted. Everything is broken. Everything's borked. Tacky. Tacky's a good word for it. Gaudy is another good word for it. It's gross. Ugh. Ugh. I feel like people should just not like Trump on the basis of him having just really bad taste. Like, it's just, he's got really bad taste. Like, it's gross. Like, none of the other reasons. Epstein files? Bah, who cares? Oh, Elon stealing all your medical information and documentation? Blah, whatever. Oh, him being, like, a pedophile and adjudicated rapist? Oh, it doesn't really matter. Look at how ugly this White House is! Alright. I'm gonna stop since everything seems to be broken and everybody's having a bad time. So we'll come back. We'll cover this again later. It's fine. Thanks for hanging out. We'll try it again in the near future because Poilievre, the conservative leader of Canada, had an opinion about this interaction. You know what's really sad though? My nail broke, and it's so small. It's so low. It hurts. Actually, it hurts a little bit less today than it did the other day. Ugh. Unfortunate. I have to file it down even further because I didn't actually get all the spot where it broke. Ugh. Alright. Well, thanks for hanging out. I'll try again another day. Bye! It's so stupid. We don't have crime here, but we have crime in our cities.